right, welcome SDSU Collegian readers. We're going to give you kind of a preview of the basketball seasons as well as just events going on this weekend. They are plenty of them. There's volleyball, there's men's and women's basketball, there's football, there's cross country. The whole gamut of sports, basically. But to start off, let's talk about the Dakota Marker game. SDSU comes in winners 4 of 5. That says a lot on paper. Have they really played that well? That's kind of been something up for argument, but they played pretty well last weekend against Missouri State. What do you expect from this game? Do you expect SDSU to really show up and be like, this is NDSU, we have to show up? What do you expect from them?
I think SDSU needs to show up just for SDSU's sake, and not so much that they're playing NDSU for a rivalry game and all that. I think it's just a psyche thing for them. I mean, they've got guys on the team who some of them haven't showed us anything all year. So I think this would be a pretty good time to step up, and not to mention it's a rivalry game, pretty big matchup.
And SDSU, after Missouri State's game, kind of hinted at saying, we feel like we have a lot to play for yet. Pride, obviously, and a winning season. Terry Hope, that Indiana State game was kind of a really ugly. It just didn't look like they were ever truly 100% there, committed. I wouldn't expect that this weekend anyway. As far as NDSU, they still have something to play for. They're still in the playoff hunt. Kind of a weird thing with their quarterback situation with Brock Jensen, who broke his collarbone about a month ago, and just earlier this week there were reports saying he's fine, he's good to go, he's ready. And then they kind of backed off on that. They kind of said, well, or Jensen kind of said, well, I'm healthy, but can I take a hit? And without re-injuring or hurting something else. So, and again, the Dakota Dome, or the Fargo Dome, I should say, is a place SDSU's won once in the past 50 or so years, of approximately. So if it's not this is by no means a game that SDSU fans should expect to win. They should expect a close game. They should expect SDSU to compete. But it's tough to win in the Fargo Dome. That's kind of been evidenced by them the past few years. But
Fargo Dome is as hard a place to play as there is around here, so they're going to have to bring it. Coach Stiegelmeier said they'd have to prepare for the crowd noise, and I'm sure that's something they've done this week. So it should be an exciting game. I look for it should be an emotional game too for the two teams. A lot on the line.
Yeah, I expect it to be a close game, and will Manette get his 9th straight 100-yard rushing game? That remains to be seen. You got to think they're going to try to stall that. It's Make O'Brien throw some passes. Moving on. Tonight, women's basketball, it's their season opener. They play Utah Valley. Utah Valley has struggled early in the season here. Exhibition games are not. They've struggled stopping teams from scoring points. So, you expect much of a ball game here. I know SDSU might have some rust. I know they playing without superstars, Bover, Ketty Cornerman. What do you expect from them tonight? What do you kind of expect from them in this tournament? What do you expect from them this season?
I expect them to win tonight. They should handle Utah Valley. Utah Valley, no seniors, they're a pretty young team. If they win, they would have a pretty tough matchup at home against either Hampton or James Madison. James Madison is in the top 10 of the mid-majors in Division I basketball, so this should be a very interesting matchup. I expect they'll do well tonight, but certainly if they win Monday night, will be a pretty interesting matchup.
And it'll be interesting to see if they struggle without the presence of Macy Michelson. She's in this practice going on behind us.
Yep.
Foot injury is not completely healed yet. I'm pretty sure won't be playing tonight. So it'll be interesting to see Jill Young kind of anchor that point guard slot, and other players like Steph Pollock. It'd be again interesting team. I think even more interesting is the men's side. The men season opener tonight in Eastern Illinois. As far as the men, it's the youth movement. 6-7 freshmen, sophomores combined. That's over half their roster, and a bunch of unproven guys, and guys that are expected to get playing time, getting considerable amounts.
Yep. They're going to throw those freshmen right into the fire. Right off the bat, and we'll find out a lot about what the Jackrabbits have right away, both tonight at Eastern Illinois and Sunday at Iowa. It'll be a very interesting weekend, and interesting to see what the Jackrabbits come out of this weekend looking like, and I think they'll play well tonight at Eastern Illinois. I think it's a comparable matchup for the two teams, and then the Iowa game personally gets me kind of fired up because it should be a fun matchup just to see.
And you know, I don't like to state opinions. As far as this Iowa game, 2 seasons ago, SDSU went to Iowa State and beat them. I'm just saying, if SDSU goes in and beats Iowa, I would be not as surprised as I was when they beat Iowa State a couple of years ago. Because this team, it's inexperienced, but at the same time, it's flush with talent. 1 through 12, basically, are guys that can really contribute if they're given the opportunity. And you have got you have got the Iowa kids, Heemstra, Dykstra. These are tall kids that are athletic. They can spread the floor. They can rebound. They can shoot. It's a team that I think if they're firing on all cylinders, they beat last year's SDSU team. I think.
Yep.
And SDSU had some good athletes too last year. With Kai Williams and stuff.
I mean it's a good. It's just a matter of if they can mature, how quickly they'll mature and get into the swing of things.
Well, they're going to have to do it quickly. I know that.
Yep.
They're still looking for their first 500 season at the D1 level. Then is this the year? I have no idea. I don't know what to expect from them. I know they're talented. I know they can shoot. I know they're tall. Snaggy told me earlier they're a little light in the pants. These guys are going to grow a little bit. But it'll be interesting to see. So this weekend, you got the Dakota Market game going on tomorrow. That's at 3 o'clock. Cross country regional meet going on. Basketball tonight and possibly Monday, provided they win. Volleyball as well. Men's basketball. It's a pretty chaotic weekend if you're a Jackrabbit fan and if you follow Jackrabbit athletics, but it should be an interesting weekend. Follow us. Live blogging going on tomorrow in Fargo Dome in Fargo. I would recommend you check that out. We'll have pre- and post-game video for you. So keep in tune to SDSUcollegian.com, the sports tab, and we'll be there.
Yep.
We'll be giving our commentary and telling you what's going on. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you around.